Ecom owners often ask me, what should I do when my click-through rate has dropped? But for me, click-through rate on its own doesn't mean anything. It's important to know that click-through rate of your ad depends on your niche, on your audience you're targeting, and on your message. We try to aim for at least 1%, but there are accounts where I have average of 0.5, as well as accounts where I have average of 3%, and they're both equally successful. So to actually answer your question, what should you do when your click-through rate has dropped or it is too low? So let's dive into how to spot the problems and how to actually fix the problems. So when your click-through rate is low from the start and you're running image ads, it means that your visual is not attracting the users and not getting attention. Or there's an audience mismatch, or you're just not speaking to the audience in the proper way. Basically, people are not resonating to your ad. So solution here is to check your competitor ads, check your comments on the ads to see what people actually want from these products, change your messaging or change your visual. And it's probably the best that you go through your customer reviews to understand why people are buying, so you can highlight that in your ad. If the click-through rate is low from the start and you're running a video ad, the problem is that creative is not grabbing the attention, or your hook is too clickbaity. So people start to watch the video, but they're not staying to watch the rest of the video. Or ultimately, there's no clear call to action. There's a lot of ads that I saw that they did not have a call to action, so basically people were not clicked. Remember, you need to tell people what to do. So solutions here are to either rework your hook and make it more aligned to the rest of the video. Definitely check your hold rate metric to understand, are people watching the rest of the video after the hook finished? And definitely introduce a clear call to action where people would be incentivized to click. In case when you launched the ad, click-through rate was high but is dropping recently, it's probably the frequency is too high. So seeing the same ad can be super annoying. The frequency of the ad level is okay if there are multiple ad sets. The frequency on the ad set level is okay if there are multiple ads within that same ad set. But the issue is when the frequency is high on the ad level. That means that people are constantly seeing the exact same ad. So the simple solution is to actually introduce new ads. So to recap, in general, most likely the reason your creative is not interesting enough or your messaging is attracting the wrong audience is reason for your low click-through rate. So your best ways to get good click-through rate is to find out what jargon your audience use, incorporate that into your messaging, create ads that are relevant to that audience that you're targeting. Because it doesn't make sense to talk about benefits of your product to someone who doesn't even know he has a solution. It's also important to mention that your click-through rate depends on your CPM. So when you have a low CPM, there's no way you would have high click-through rate. Also, in most cases, when you have high CPMs, you would have high click-through rates. The easiest way to explain is that you're actually attracting a higher quality audience, which costs more, but that audience is also more interested in your product. So click-through rate is higher because more people are clicking into something that's more interesting to them. Now that I mentioned CPMs, here's one of the tests that we did that can confirm what I shared with you. So we all know that some creatives or words can cause CPMs to skyrocket. So we did one of the tests for a new product that we launched with a couple of new angles with the same image targeting the same audience, but we just had different angles and copies around the product. One ad copy was mentioning how this is a great product to use at home. The other was comparing this product, beauty salons, basically going on a money saving and price comparison angle. And the third was mentioning that this product is using the same technology as NASA is using. So the results were not shocking at all, stating that the product is using NASA technology caused CPM out of this world. You can see the difference in the CPM between 170 to compare just 40 and 18. So to actually avoid high CPMs, I'm sharing 4 ways to actually reduce them while running your Facebook ads. Number 1 is to check your messaging or your ad copy. Check what words from the ad copy or which frames from the video could be the issue and replace them or rephrase them so you're not flagging Facebook algorithm. Basically, if you're too direct, if you're mentioning unrealistic claims, you would have a high CPM. Number 2 is to check your placement breakdown. So when you check your placement breakdown, you could realize that some placements have extremely high CPMs. In most cases, I noticed that's happening on IG feed, but I'm not just saying that like you should remove Instagram feed and just expect more sales, because that could backfire and you could be attracting lower quality users with a lower CPMs. Number 3, change audience segments or change the audience that you're targeting. So basically, if you're in a super competitive market, let's say skincare in US or supplements in US or coffee replacement drinks, then it's a bit hard to get lower CPM, but potentially you can either try targeting a different country or try targeting an angle that's unsaturated, which would basically give you a lower CPM because you're targeting a different subset of the same people. And obviously number 4 is to change your creatives. So different creatives tend to have different CPMs. So for example, if you notice, videos always have higher CPMs than images. So potentially it makes sense to have the same image with that is delivering the same message in a video, but potentially you would have a lower CPM if you can make images to work. And if you know what are the ads you can use to manipulate the algorithm to actually give you lower CPMs, I prepared 3 simple yet effective Facebook ad styles that can lower your CPM. Number 1 is a stop motion video. It works because we are playing on a gamification angle. Users are trying to capture a perfect moment in the video to actually stop and to see what would they get as a result. Facebook count that as an engagement, which can often result in a lower CPM because Facebook is rewarding something that's engaging. Number 2 is a 4-second video, which is super helpful during Black Friday and holiday season. It consists only out of the offer, scarcity, and call to action. It works because users replay the video, you get high 100% view rate, which is again sign of an engagement to Facebook, and then you get lower CPM. As I said, it's pretty crucial to have this kind of ad during holiday season because then CPMs are awfully high. And then a long form carousel, it is basically one image divided into 4 or 5 images, while each image is on a different card. Creates a unique experience for users while browsing through the feed, because users swipe to see the full image and Facebook again counts each swipe as an engagement. I'm not saying that necessarily these are gonna be amazing performance in your conversion campaign, but if you're desperate to lower the CPM, this is what I would suggest. If you're spending at least $50K a month on Facebook ads and want me to implement these in your ad account, book a call with me below. If you're not on that level yet, just like and subscribe for more useful content like this.